party. It gotta be a woman and she don't bother nobody. She's raw, close, she's greatest in the innate. You better come correct, let's get it straight out the gate. Bomb, she's back, the girl is all that. Holla at your girl if you wanna make it crack. Woman who dresses to impress, breeding to finesse. Now, who rocks the best? A chick who stays on hit, keeps a blinged out crib and knows how to make it happen. Lady, the rib who's supposed to give game to a youngin' and you'll always see her coming. Queen, bringing life for real. Never had a degree, but knows how to close the deal. Super bad, holding it down. The survival of the fittest, and she earned the crown.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Suga-T, giving you a sugar rush. You know me, Suga-T, sprinkle me. Sugar Rush Radio and Sugar Rush TV.
Appreciate you always rocking with me, always answering calls, always, you good people. I like you. Thank you for being real.
Yeah. And it's real hard in this business to meet genuine people and people that do what they say and mean what they say, but, it is what it is. After a while, if you don't know by now, I guess you'll never know. So I know who's cool. I know who ain't. There ain't no.
Yeah, that's real talk.
People don't take long to reveal themselves. Sometimes you might find out something years down the line, but are you really surprised when it happens? I mean, at this point, I'm not. I mean, in my 20s, it would have devastated me, but now I could care less.
That's a good, healthy way to...
I don't know if it's healthy either, but I'll tell you this. As long as you realize the fakeness early on, the better, and don't, I ain't finna have no conversations after it happens either. It's just, it is what it is, and that's that, man. Move on.
Man.
Much others to worry about, man.
I love that. I love the concept. That's real talk, and that's what I stand by and live by is reality. Never escaped it. Isn't that cool when you never escape reality?
Yeah, I mean, playing with yourself.
Man, that's real talk. Well, check it out, y'all. I'm sitting there. I'm hanging out with a legend, Rodney O. Today, you're about to boss up to your new scent of success, where you bring in ongoing success and satisfaction in your life, and you're leveling up to the new you.
Started with rap star Suga-T.
Suga-T.
Suga-T in the building, represent the West Side.
Suga-T.
All right.
Canadian students.
Suga-T has earned her master's degree in organizational management, and she says she uses those skills to help empower women in her community.
It made me learn how to help people get a career and a vision and implement it and set it up where it's realistic so that they have a better chance of not becoming a victim. I'm addicted to seeing people win and can relate to many.
Legendary, visionary, creative music masters, trailblazers of the game of music, and a whole lot more, and hip-hop specifically, Rodney O. So I just want y'all to hang out with us right here at the Queen's View. You know we talk about things that matter to you while keeping you in the now, and we're just gonna chop it up and come out. I was thinking of a lot of things to talk to you about, but I think I want to bring out today how to navigate, in between. People get stuck on one thing, so how to navigate comfortably and feel good about what you're navigating to without having to get other people's approval. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. You good with that?
That's cool. That's cool.
I noticed a lot of people trying to get people's approval, so they just really losing it, and it's really unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to be a rapper, everybody want to be seen, everybody want to be a star, and that's the world that we seem to be living in, and narcissistic. I call it the narcissism.
Yeah, crazy, but it's like, what can you do? It's like before you know, you had to go out and meet people and talk to people face to face. And now these people, you know, you build up your self-esteem and stuff like that. Now it's like everybody get on their phone and get 20 likes and self-esteem sky high. You know what I mean? It's like,
wait,
that's just could never be good enough for me. You know, like, you know, but you know, that's what's up with these kids, man. They can be in their own world and get the adulation from a post, and that's not real to me. That's just cap, you know.
Man, that's so dangerous for self-esteem, for just a shortchanging yourself with all the other great things that you could be doing. And I think I've seen adults doing it too, but I think it's more dangerous for the youth because they're younger and they really haven't had the experience of an adult. So it's like they shortchanging their experiences. What's your thought about that? Have you seen adults do it too?
Come on, man. You already answered. Of course, but you know, you can't really tell people which way to go. I mean, you can tell people which way to go, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want to do. So you know, it's almost like when you have kids, you can tell them something, they agree with you. Right when you walk out the door, it's like, back on my thing. I hear what you're saying, but I'm doing what I want to do.
Right. I'm doing what I hear you, but I don't hear you, boy or girl. Bye.
Yeah.
That is so true. It's kind of interesting because I was looking and the things that I see is just amazing because I feel sorry for people like that, you know, that feel like and it seems like this is a society that's created monsters, you know, people who are just looking for approval. So, you know, sometimes people are scared to pivot, you know, when it's time to pivot. Sometimes they're scared to come out the box. So, you know, I've been pretty good at pivoting, you know, because I got to a point where it was like,
it all takes life experiences too, because, you know, you do have to have other hustles and this and that. But I mean, you couldn't tell me that when I was deep in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what I'm not doing nothing. You can tell me about real estate and all this and that, but I'm doing this.
That was
100%.
Wow. And so what was the results? Where did you come to a pivotal point with thinking that way? What happened to make you go there?
When you could make a hit record and it not be a hit record.
Oh boy, give me a bump through the phone. Oh my. You know what? Oh, I'm so happy you said that. It cracks me up because you tell me what's your version of that, because I'm going to tell you, let me see if we on the same accord, because me and you always been able to jingle, right? That means that we in some kind of accord together, an entanglement, right?
Right.
My view of it is when people tell me, I'm going to make you a hit song, honey, I am sitting on 1 million hits. They're just not exposed hits, okay? So Stop it. Don't come at me like that. I got plenty of hits. You know, it's sad, that mentality. That mentality, is that what you're talking about? Please tell me what you mean when you say that.
You know, you can make hit records and you can have damn near the same record or something out that's cracking, but you know, you're just not new. You're not, you know, it's like one thing is this: we're in a very competitive game, and with Black people, we're out with the old and with the new so quick. We, you know, white people, they'll say dude, they'll use the word dude for their whole life.
Yeah.
Black something else. What's cracking? What's pop? What's this? What's the hottest club? Remember Red Monkey?
Right.
True Religion, FUBU, this and that. And I, man, we be so we get on it, then we get off of it.
We just leave and just jock what's hot and drop what we think is not. You know, that leads me to saying, and that's real talk. You know, we talk about Black Matters on this show, and our goal is to talk about the Black Matters because we want results and we want change and we want answers and we want solutions, and that's the whole point. So I'm so happy that you brought that up. The reason why I wear my queen hat, Rodney, is because they try to uncrown me and tell me that there was other queens in this game of hip hop, right? And they just silenced the voice of the originals. So I said, I'm going to crown my own self, and I'm going to make a show called Queen's View. And I'm going to report on the Queen's View, and we're going to talk about the things that matter. We're going to talk about the real stuff. We're going to bring people into the real, into the now, into balance, right? So the
Right.
beauty of, you feel me? So I crown myself, and I crowned kings. I want to crown you for coming on. You are a king, and you're a king on the scene that's doing your thing that deserve to be seen. And that's who we represent. We want the queens to crown queens, and queens to crown kings, and kings to crown queens. So these were moments that the crown was taken off, you know what I'm saying, by others. And we allow others to take our crowns off.
Cold, you know what the cold thing is with all that? Because I hear it a lot, you know, when I go somewhere. Oh, you a legend, you this, that, and I get it and I respect it and all that. But it's like, whenever we do it and we say, I can say a lot of my accomplishments, but then it seems like you're beating your chest.
Yes.
You know. And then a lot of times, you know, or if you say anything about what's going on, they're like, oh, this nigga just sour grapes. Nah, it ain't even that. And got so many opinions, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you can get 10 people in the room, but 10 people ain't gonna agree that the sky is blue. You just don't.
That's real. And then when you ingest that, that's the unhealthy part. When you, as the person that's in the middle of it, ingest it, because this is where the pivot has to come. And I think people stay too long in that one space, and it positions them to be in an unhealthy state. It positions them to not like themselves. It positions them to become narcissistic. It positions them to always feel like they got to explain. And now you got a society of people who are stuck on how others think about them. And it's
because everybody think and everybody want to be great, but some people ain't great, man. Some people, you know, it's a lot of times when people say you can do anything you want in this life. No, you can't. But there's a lot of limits you can, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's real.
But people, man, they so hyped on themselves, man. They really believe in all stuff.
You know, that's so real, man. You cannot be great at everything, and it's perfectly okay.
Yes,
find what you are great in. You know, it's like, find what you are. And I see so many people just banging their head, just working real hard to try to stay. I'm trying to find this one. I just seen a post, and it was talking about how my boy Young Kong the Don, he has a post, and he was saying how to sell to a Black person, how to sell to colored people. And I was trying to find it. I was trying to hold it, but I ended up messing up and moved it. So I'm just going to speak on it, what they said. They said that Black people, this is what they have been saying about how to sell to us. We buy everything if it's got a name brand. Why? Because we want to be noticed. We want to be noticed because at that time, this is a little older, but it seems like this is the same type of new slavery at this point. And it's allowed from us allowing the programming to set in because of not having the balance that we should have, right? So meaning that, you know, we have a limited amount of who we make our leaders that are healthy. You know, we end up making TV our leaders. We end up making the people that we feel has the most prestigious setup our leaders, and they might not be the most healthiest. So now we're comparing ourselves to these people that we put in as our leaders, and they're not the best ones to make examples of a lot of times. So therefore, in this case, this was from a post, and it was right on point. They said, how do you sell to Black leaders? And shout out to my boy Young Khan the Don. Okay, how do you sell to Black people? They said that we buy name brand, all name brand. We come in, and what do we want? We want the name brand. If they say, well, you know, there's other options, we get offended like we're getting told we can't afford it. And that's not what they're saying, but don't change the focus, because at that point, we get offended as if we're saying we can't afford it, because we want to show that we're prestigious and we've made it. That's our form of saying we made it. And then they had a lady on there showcasing herself, showing her happy to buy this crystal. And she's like, oh, I can't wait to get it home and show my family and show my friends. And we do it for show and for for approval. Now, I've seen other races do this too, but I think it's somewhat of a sadness to see us do it, because sometimes our circumstances make it where we kind of can stay in a box, and we don't get to take advantage of as many privileges that are out there as other races are able to. You see what I'm saying?
You saying I lightweight do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna sit up here in front. I mean, I lightweight do it. I do want name brand stuff. I will buy some stuff that's just not always name brand, but I'm looking for that first. You know what I mean? And I am.
Yeah.
I am.
But do you think that that's what makes it though? That's what makes you, or do you let that? Does that identify who you are? Do you feel like that identifies who you are?
Kind of, sort of, because I've always been on some fly shit, so it's just it's kind of natural.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm not stupid at the same time either. You know, two pairs are one's 20 and one's 220. I'm not just gonna buy the 220 just because it's 220. You know.
So you do have some limitations.
Oh hell yeah, you better.
Okay. So you know when the point is you know when to pivot.
Oh hell yeah, you got to.
Okay.
Like point, you got to say, okay, this don't even make no sense.
Yeah. So you got to get to that pivot point eventually. And what do you think would get somebody to a pivot point in a situation like that?
Experiences and age, man.
And what type of experiences? Because I know our experience is what creates our character. So what do you think is a type of experience that can get somebody to want to pivot from having that mentality?
It's an experience like this. It's just like if people are saying something about somebody, then you live that experience and you go through it. Then now you like, oh man, I see it totally different now. So I mean, it's just life experiences. You gotta,
Yeah.
Unless some people you can tell them something, they just get it. Other people, they'll walk through life and hit these hurdles and all that when they don't really have to, but because they wanted to do it their own way.
So basically it has to be an experience where maybe they don't have enough money and they got to pick and choose. So it's like, at that point you got to man up or woman up, right? So it's like something like that, like,
It's like, okay, before I would do this, now I do this.
Yeah, I got you.
At that point, you got to realize that. And if you don't, you're going to keep going through it.
So to take a breaking point, something to happen, and then there's a pivot. But so sometimes we got to look for information, because I always tell the people out there, knowledge is power. So knowledge is power. The more knowledge you got, meaning that it could be knowledge for personal development, it could be knowledge for professional development, it could be knowledge, spiritual knowledge, it could be, different forms of experience that gives you and provides you that opportunity to receive that knowledge. If you have it, then you look at things differently, and you don't have to get to a breaking point to get to that pivotal point. So, if you are practicing a certain type of behavior and you continue that, unfortunately, if you don't stop certain type of behavior when it's time to pivot, then it could be a breaking point. And some people, it could be fatal. And in some situations, that could be like when you're drinking too much. You got to know when to stop drinking and driving. It could be fatal. It could be you lose your license. You got to have a pivot point somewhere. People tend to go straight, and just do the same thing all the time, but there's no way and no flexibility to pivoting.
Yeah, some people get it and some people don't. So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Either you get it or you don't.
Yeah, that's real. So check it out, y'all. We hanging out with Rodney O of Joe Cooley. Rodney O and Joe Cooley are legends, legacy builders, trailblazers, creators, visionaries, producers who have been putting great music out there on the map, who's done a lot for the hip hop community, still around, got some great things going on. He's just sharing with us. I always try to bring out the knowledge and the power, together, because I want you to have power. And today is just about pivoting somewhat and learning a little bit more about what Rodney O is doing right here on the Queen's View. So just stay tuned for a second. When you come back, you're gonna learn a little bit about him. And I want to just close out with some great points about pivoting, not just for the sake of safety and not when it's just a negative thing, but also how to pivot to move into more of a positive notion, and when there's situations that can grow in a different way. All right, so keep on looking. Queen's View Roundtable Report coming up soon. And if you want to follow us on social media, remember to follow me at Suga-T. That's Suga-T, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And make sure that you log on to thesugarrush.com. All right? Hold tight. Remember to subscribe, like, follow, share, and leave a comment, and support our cause at theworkitwellproject.org/donate. Join the Work It Challenge, empowering you to be healthy, wealthy, safe, and inspired at thecardiobossa.com. This show is sponsored by the SprinkleMeBoutique.com.